Desde Honduras con amor llegó Black Men Soul, para la gente que quería gozar y disfrutar. Black Men Soul in house. Oye nena, alza la mano, quiebra la cadera y sigue meneando, pues esta noche es para gozar. El ritmo Garifuna te va a hacer bailar. Te digo Black Men Soul in house. ¡Va que baile! ¡Va que suene! Black Men Soul in house. No más bandero, no más señor. Black Men Soul in house. Desde Honduras con amor. Black Men Soul in house. No más bravo, no más erazo. Black Men Soul in house. Shake your body, baby. Black Men Soul in house. Matrimonio, luba, winner. Black Men Soul in house. When you ready, Black Men Soul in house. Don't you, ready to go. Okay. Así que vamos a hacer algo rico. Travesía, no. Dígate a Wilmer, cama. Ok, va. Dígate a Flaco. Sabor. Chuluguate Black Men Soul. Honsu Garinago. Honduras na Aguatimaluna. Mama Palicina. Ok, le voy a mamá de meterlo de palicita con bate guay y tu guarano come. Mangaba. De qué va? Y de qué va? Y de qué va? De qué va pues? De qué va pues? De qué pasó con de qué pasó con Voy. Ok, mi gente, estábamos en Belize City, ¿no? Ahora nos trasladamos hasta Puerto Barrios, Guatemala. De Puerto Barrios nos vamos a Labuga, Livingston, pero bailando el de que va, mira banarigue, era que banidere, era que banidere, era que banidere, era que banito, 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 Honturana, Balicina, Nicaragua, era que banidere, Epororono, y que motaño sungube, el lugar de Waguyo, Pandu Galite, Musu Cateleli, Bari Baba, Agamba Baba.
Gulu aku ni bagari, ato banale. Guru akali reyo na, ibu akali. Guru akali reyo na, ibu akali. Guru akali reyo na, una. Masuruti na honda, ni warunugi hamagiye. Rege na pagulu aku ni bagari, ato banale.
Welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. Que motia, que motia, que motia.
This is my father Guayard. With love to all of y'all. Yeah, man!
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome tonight to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. Another special show tonight. Greetings to all of the East Coast, New York, Buitiguño, Los Angeles,
Yes, sir!
Buitiguño. This is Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. Welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We present our weekly radio show every Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. We have interviews from Aurelio Martinez to Consigo, Gado Nunez, Gloria Osiris, Lord Agustin. Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga brings them all to you on our weekly radio show. Listen live on your home computer, smartphone, iPad, and notebook. Every Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook through Ronnie Figueroa. Also on TuneIn if you don't have the application downloaded for free. Welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. Tonight we have Mirtha Colón. Mirtha Colón directamente desde Trujillo, Colón, Honduras, via New York, the Bronx. Aha. In a few minutes.
With love to all of y'all. Yeah, man!
¿Qué motea?
Hey!
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot to talk about tonight. It's been a wonderful week full of news from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the issue of making Garifuna honorary citizens of the islands of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the motherland of the Garifuna, by the newly candidate to the Prime Minister position in St. Vincent coming up in March 2016, the Honorable Arnim Eustace, to the point that the Prime Minister, Mr. Gonsalves, who is not in agreement with making Garifuna people honorary citizens. So it's a big debate going on. So good news for all of you, though. We are going to have the candidate, the leader of the new Democratic Party in St. Vincent, the Honorable Eustace, will be here next Wednesday at 7 p.m. But tonight is all about Mirtha Colón, ladies and gentlemen. Mirtha Colón, who was born in Trujillo from Casa, Honduras, in the Bronx, New York. So we're going to do a radio introduction, and then we're going to come right back with the interview with Miss Mirtha Colón. Quémotea. Welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We are live from the studios in Long Beach through RadioCentroamerica.com and LMBRoots.com radio in New York. Every Wednesday from 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We bring to you the best of recording artists, musicians, producers, and musical directors behind Garifuna Music. So welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga, and enjoy my show tonight. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about, and we're going to do a brief introduction of who Mirtha Colón is. Mirtha Colón was born in Trujillo, Honduras, and migrated to the United States during the end of the civil rights movement. She was able to experience for herself the residual attitudes that remain from the epoch of the USA. Her passion for human rights are what defines her as a person and a community activist. Her experience as a clinical social worker helps her ease the work with the community and make her well qualified as the executive director of Casa Yurumin. Ms. Colón is a board member of the National Alliance of Latin American and Caribbean Communities, NALACC, and she is also an advocate for public policies that address the root causes of migration to the United States and solutions that will help us live a better life in our countries of origin. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We are live through www.radiocentroamerica.com from Los Angeles and LMBRoots.com radio in New York, and we are live worldwide. Welcome to our listeners in New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, Texas, major cities like Miami, Florida. Also in the island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we have a lot of followers, people who listen every weekend, every Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Good evening, Ms. Mirtha Colón, and welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. Thank you for accepting my invitation to interview tonight. How are you?
I'm fine, Ronnie, and thank you. Thank you very much for this opportunity to participate with you and your listener in this program.
Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to talk, to voice out the voice of the Garifuna women through these radio airwaves, and to be able to find out a little bit more about a woman in a leadership role such as yourself. You were born in Trujillo, right?
Yes, I was born in Cristales.
In Cristales, my goodness,
Cristales.
that's the land of a lot of good musicians out there, especially Macaco. How's that?
Yes, I was born in Cristales, Trujillo, and then migrated at early age to La Ceiba. By the age of 5, I was already living in La Ceiba, but we were like kind of going back and forth. I will begin the school in La Ceiba, finish it in Trujillo, begin in Trujillo, and finish it in La Ceiba.
Wow, so that was a lot of traveling.
Yes. And then my dad died when I was 8 years old. And then so I was raised by my mom. And my dad was a fisherman and a canoe builder.
Wow.
And my mom, and he had such a beautiful handwriting. But my mom did not know how to write and read. And she was, working all the time. But because I'm the youngest one in the family, so she was like kind of, we were always talking. And then my siblings, they were already on their own, so I was the only one at home. So I had the opportunity to enjoy time with my mother, and she will be the one who will storytelling at all time. So
Wow.
I do that. Even in the organization, I'm always saying things that my mom said, and my mom said because we had that relationship with my mom. Thank God.
Wow, that is beautiful, beautiful upbringing.
Yeah.
So, what
Yes.
do you remember growing up in Trujillo? I know Trujillo is a very ancient city. It's a city with a lot of history, especially for being the place where Garifuna landed for the second time after they came from Port Royal in Roatan, and they came into the mainland of Central America.
I remember many things from Trujillo. I remember that people were like kind of. I remember that there was a saint that will come to your house this month, and then everybody will come and pray in your house this month, and will come to my house next month, and then and Caton they call it. Caton. I don't know what that means. And it will go from house to house every month, and then everybody will follow the saint in going to the different houses. People will join each other, like kind of woman will make a group if they go to the La Milpa. Their milpa, they will not go by themselves, but they will go like 4, 5, 6 people. So I always knew that there was a way of a system already in place in our community at which people do things together. And I remember when my grandmother was going to do cassava, and then the whole, a lot of friends, neighbor will come and join, to help her in doing that. And if one of my mom cousin will go to fish, and then we for sure we were gonna eat fish because we were gonna get from that. They were gonna send us.
I see.
When someone cook whatever my grandmother cook, she will cook. Then after she served whatever who is at home to eat, then she will send a meal food to the neighbors, to her sister, to her cousin, to everybody. So that was a way of that they I guess that they didn't. Sometimes I feel that they don't need no money,
Right.
because
It's a
they will
communal
share
way.
whatever they have. They will share whatever they have.
Yes, the Garifuna way, communal way. You have
Yes,
something,
yes.
I'll give you sugar, you give me beans, and things like that.
Yes,
That is beautiful.
yes,
I love
yes.
that.
Yes, and I grow up in that way. And in reference to La Ceiba, I remember my mother being called one day from my school, and my mother went in the evening to that meeting. when she came back, my sister asked her, my older sister, what did they say in the meeting? So she was saying, that I was having problem learning Spanish.
Wow.
So therefore, and I was having problem writing it and reading it, understanding. I was having a lot of problems. So therefore, they have to, come up and see if they could talk Spanish at home so that I learn more Spanish. And then my mother was saying, I don't speak Spanish myself, so I don't know how Mirtha is going to do, but here we're going to continue talking in Garifuna.
Wow.
And I guess that played an important piece of me of being able to, up to date, being able, to speak Garifuna. Because I remember also many of my friends in La Ceiba, they didn't speak Garifuna. And it was because of the same issue that at the school they were not performing well. So therefore, the parents were told not to speak Garifuna to them.
Wow, that is amazing. So your first language, Garifuna, not until you started going to school in the Spanish schools in La Ceiba, that's where you had to really get down with the Spanish language to try to compete with the majority.
Yes, in Trujillo too, because when you go to school, it's not a Garifuna. That even if the teacher is Garifuna, they will teach you in Spanish.
Exactly.
Because there were no way of learning in Garifuna, and the teacher will not even say anything in Garifuna, not a word in Garifuna. Everything has to be in Spanish. Wow. But then because at home, I guess that everything at home was in Garifuna, so when I go to school, so I was having problem. I remember that my diploma from sixth grade, there is a comment, there is a area in the diploma that it says a comment from the teacher. So in the comment says that this child is good, for farming.
Wow.
That's my sixth grade. So I never thought that I was going to enter a graduate school because I thought that I was going to be farming, and surprisingly, we were not farming in La Ceiba. We were living in La Ceiba, but I guess that my situation was so bad that in terms of learning, that was the comment of my teacher.
So, in other words, the teacher said that you were not material for teaching, for being a good student, that you belong in the farm, and therefore you were not smart enough to go to school. And look at you right now with a master's degree, with being in the leadership of Casa Yurume. My goodness, you have accomplished so much. So congratulations to you, Miss Mirtha Colón. That deserves an applause for you. That was nice. Amazing stories. Thank you for that. That is great. So, do you travel to Trujillo today, in this day and age? Do you go often back to see the community, the people, the place where you were born and raised?
For the past, I don't recall right now how many years, but I think from the beginning of the 1990s, we became. I was working in a clinic, a medical clinic here in the Bronx, and then we find that there were some Garifuna people coming infected with HIV/AIDS.
Wow.
It was then when we built Honduras Against AIDS.
Now, these people came from Honduras, infected already, or they were infected in New York?
They were infected in New York. They were infected in New York. They were not coming from Honduras, but here in New York they were already infected.
Oh my God.
But then I don't. At that time I wasn't sure how was the situation in Honduras, and then I tried to make a contact, and then Mugama was already here, I got in touch with Miss Necha. At that time, also, FEDONI also was active, which is the Federation of Honduran Organization here in New York. So I got in touch also with them. But I thought that it was, like kind of 1, 2, 3 people who were infected. It was then after I investigated that in Honduras also our community was being affected by the epidemic.
Wow, that is
so,
amazing.
So in 1992, we organized here in New York, in the Bronx, and then it was then we had then Hondurans against AIDS since then.
Let's go back. Let's go back a little bit. I don't want you to jump the gun because we are going to talk about the work that you're doing with HIV and AIDS a little bit later when we get to that question. But for now, I want you to focus on you traveling back to Honduras for the sake of just coming to see your family, to try to stay connected. That's what I meant. And then we'll get into the HIV and AIDS issue. Mm-hmm.
I guess that the reason that I mentioned the HIV and AIDS because I go to Honduras and I don't even see my family. I don't even go and visit because I don't have the time to visit.
Oh, I see.
And
so it's
because all my trips to Honduras or to any other country of Central America for the past probably 20 years I haven't taken vacation. And when I travel it's because I'm working.
Oh, I see. Wow, you're a hardworking woman. God bless your heart, Ms. Mirtha Colón. You have been doing such a great job, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But so let's go back to your parents again. How much they influence you in you being successful, having that drive to succeed today? Who was that person, or who were the people who influenced you to have that drive to be the Mirtha Colón that you are today?
I guess that all of them. I guess that all of them. Like I say, I'm always here telling my grandchildren, telling my colleagues here in the group. I'm always, like kind of mentioning, my mom, that she always, like kind of, telling me things about history about the family, things about someone in the family. My sister, also my older sister. I also grew up with my older sister in her house with her children. I'm only a year older than my older daughter. So my mom was a very, very, very humble person. I never saw my mom raising her voice to no one. And if someone comes with things with my mom, she will just walk away.
Wow.
But I never saw her. I never saw her fighting verbally. I never, physically. I never saw my mom. And my father too. I remember because my father is from Santa Fe. My mom is from Trujillo, but my father is from Santa Fe. So I always go to visit. I was always in Santa Fe with my aunts, with my father, my aunts.
How far is Santa Fe from Trujillo? About 30 minutes?
During that time, walking, it was like about hour and a half to 2 hours. Nowadays, it's only 10, 15 minutes in a car driving.
Oh, I see. Wow, that's close. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's very close now. It's very close.
Now let's go back. Go ahead. If you haven't finished, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. My next question is bringing you back to the time when you are getting ready to travel from Honduras to the United States. Tell us about your struggles from the moment you decided to leave Honduras to come to the United States and trying to adapt to this new society in America.
I guess that one of the things, the biggest challenge was to learn a third language. I think that beginning by there. The other thing is that going back to my childhood, it was that my sister was the one who brought me here to the U.S. And then, but before coming to the U.S., I was when I finished my 6th grade of schooling, I wanted to attend college, and I was telling my mom that I was going to be a bilingual secretary, and that I was not saying that I was going to come to the U.S., but I was saying that I was going to go to Belize and learn English.
Wow. Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We have on the line a great Garifuna woman, the leader of Casa Yurumen. She is the president and the CEO of this wonderful place. It's an actual location in the Bronx. It's Casa Yurumen, where a lot of things are going on today. To not only empower Garinagu, but also in the cultural aspect, many things happen. So we're going to get into that a little bit later, but I just wanted to mention that you are listening to www.radiocentroamerica.com in Los Angeles and www.lmbroots.com radio in New York. And this is DJ Labuga, Ronnie Figueroa, directly from the studios in Long Beach, California, through the wonderful magic of the internet. And I want to thank our guest, Ms. Mirtha Colón, who is here tonight giving us a little bit of her time so we could learn more about the wonderful work that she's been doing in the community. So welcome back again, Mirtha. And my next question to you would be, where did you attend? Well, you already mentioned that you went to school in La Ceiba, in between Trujillo, right? But once you get to the United States, tell us about high school, college, and university.
Then I pushed myself to get a GED. I didn't attend the high school here, even though that when I got here, I believe in February, and my 18th birthday was in April. So I celebrated my 18th birthday here in New York.
Wow.
And then I was like pushing myself that I needed to go to that school that I had in my mind, that I needed to attend school. Then I went to get my GED, and after that I went to register to college here. Of course, it took me a long time. I went from I had my associate degree from Hostos Community College, and then I registered at Lehman College, but because I was working and attending school at the same time, it was very, very difficult. So one of my colleagues at work told me about Boricua College, because Boricua you could work academically at home. And then only attend school certain days. So I went and registered Boricua, and I had my bachelor degree from Boricua College.
Oh, great!
And then from there, I said to myself, but with the bachelor degree, you still need to push a little bit in order for you to make it. So I went and registered at Fordham University, and I have my master's degree in social work from Fordham University.
Well, congratulations
so
on
that was in the 1990 that I had my and then since then I had all my my licenses here to work in the state of New York.
So in 1990, what was the year you graduated with your master's degree?
1994.
1994. Wow, that's way back in the 90s. That's where a lot of migration happened from Central America. A lot of Garifuna people were still coming in the 80s and the 90s. It's lots of them that were coming through the borders, and of course with visa and merchant marines as well. A lot of them stayed, right? That is wonderful. Well, congratulations to you, Mirtha. I think you were focused on what you wanted to do, and you accomplished the things that you did because of your persistence. You knew what you wanted. So let's go ahead and take a little break, Ms. Mirtha Colón. I'll let you go and drink some water. We're going to play some music right now, and we're going to come back in about 3 minutes. How's that?
Sure. Okay, good.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with more of Mirtha Colón. This is Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. And we're live and direct from the studios in Long Beach.
This is Labuga.com.
When we can the Labuga, our go in the club. When we can the Labuga, our go in the club. When we can the Labuga, our go in the club. When we can the Labuga, our go people run, people ball, people jump on the floor, people jump in the water. Do it Labuga, 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 do it.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We have Mirtha Colón tonight. Quémote, Esta es la música de Cuellar. Quémote, ¿ya? and gentlemen, we're back. We're back. This is Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We're live and direct from the studios in Long Beach, and we have on the line Miss Mirtha Colón, who is all the way in the Bronx, New York, and who is the woman behind Casa Yurumen. Mirtha Colón is from Trujillo, Colón, Honduras, and she has been living in the United States since I would say, the late 70s, early 80s. And we're going to continue to talk with Mirtha Colón, but I wanted to remind all of our listeners that next week we will have the Honorable Armin Eustace from the New Democratic Party. He will be making a proclamation to all Garifuna brothers and sisters who live in the diaspora to make honorary citizens of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to all Garifuna people in the diaspora. Yes, Mr. Eustace is the leader of the opposition in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the president of the New Democratic Party. He will be here next Wednesday, June 10th, 7 p.m. with an open mic for all of us to ask questions about this new proclamation that if he wins the elections in March 2016, he will make all Garifuna honorary citizens of Yurumen. Welcome back, Miss Mirtha Colón. How are we doing?
We're doing fine. We're doing fine.
Great. Thank you so much. I know it's kind of late in New York. What time is it over there?
Right now it's 10:34.
Okay, we're not going to keep you too long. We're going to try to get you finished in about 30 more minutes. How's that? Can you give us 30 more minutes?
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so let's talk about this wonderful work that you've been doing in the community. Now it's time to really brag about yourself because we really care and we're really proud of what you do because you have been able to maintain that cohesiveness in the community in the Bronx, which is one of the strongholds of Garifuna people in the East Coast. What prompted you to start a non-profit organization such as the one that you have?
As I said before, it was the HIV/AIDS issue, I believe. And it was Mugama that was here already, and the Fedoni. And then when I learned that there were people that being infected with HIV/AIDS, I went to them and told them about the problem. And then they say, but you're the one who knows about the problem. We will support whatever you do, but you need to be the one to initiate the work because we don't know anything. We don't know what to do. We will not know what to do. That was the word of Nisha Amaya, Antonieta Maximo, who was involved with Fedoni. And then we had a meeting. We called a meeting. And then we talk about the problems, and then that we decided that the best way to deal with the situation it was to form an organization. So we did that in 1992, and that was Hondurans Against AIDS.
Wow, that's great. Now, when you mentioned the word Mugama, can you break it down for us? A lot of people don't know what Mugama is.
Yes, Mugama means Mujeres Garifuna en Marcha, woman, Garifuna woman in March.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you for that. Wow, so there was a purpose behind the formation of this nonprofit organization. Tell us about your organization, its mission, and any future projects.
The Against AIDS was to help people learn about AIDS. And then to see, how to deal with the situation within the community, to lower the epidemic within the community. And what we have done so far, we've been able to, for the past 7 years, we were able to get funding from the Ford Foundation. And we have not done that much of work here in the U.S., here in New York, but we have done a great work in Central America. The first 2 years funded by the Ford Foundation was to work. We did work in Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama. That was the first 2 years. Then after that, Ford Foundation was not supporting financially work for Costa Rica and Panama. So we only neither the least. So we work only in Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua, and it has been amazing, the work. You could go to Honduras, and especially for the past 3 to 4 years, we've been working mainly with people living with AIDS. And what is the work that we have done? The work that we have done is to empower them in order for them to be able to get the to be able to talk and be able to obtain an enough resource for them, for their daily living. Let's say, like in Trujillo, for example. In order for them to go to the clinic, they need to. They say in the clinic that they're not charging them for the medication, but they have to pay some a small amount. We're talking about probably 200, 300 lempiras that they need to pay every month, but they don't have it because these people, they don't work. Not everybody has a relative in the U.S. Even those who have relatives in the U.S., they don't send every month sometimes.
Wow.
So the work was done, and then people stopped taking their medication because they may go and take and pick up the medication. They may go and pick up the medication, but then they will tell them, okay, this month I'm going to give you the medication. You're not paying. You don't have the money, but you make sure to bring it next month. And if you don't have the money for the next month, then you are ashamed to go and ask again, right? So you stop there and taking your medication because you don't want to go, and because you see it as they doing you a favor. You seeing it as, it's embarrassing to go and not having the money. So that was the work that we did with the human rights in Tegucigalpa and the people living with AIDS, with the Department of Health. And then last year that they banned that charge, the money. They took it off, and they were not charging stuff. So that was one of the things that I think the organization accomplished in Honduras. The other thing that we accomplished was that in the 3 countries we have what we call Fortalecimiento Afro. This is a conference only of people living with AIDS. In the 2012 we had it in Livingstone. Mm-hmm. In the 13, we had it in Nicaragua in Bluefield. Last year we had it in Triunfo de la Cruz for 3 years. So we're taking it to Panama, and we in that conference with to bring African descent people living with AIDS from Central America, we have from 120 to 130 people every year. Wow. And that is we consider that a big accomplishment. And most people who attend, those are people who are already saying, "I'm a person living with AIDS." Wow. So I think that we have done a great job in the region, doing that. And so that's one. There is another one that we call it also Reunión de Familia, family reunion. Mm-hmm. We call it, and also is also to bring together people living with AIDS so that they could share the information and they could influence each other to be able not to be afraid of the epidemic, not to be afraid of no one, and to say, "I'm a person living with AIDS." So that's the job that we have done there in Central America with HIV/AIDS, around HIV/AIDS.
Wow, this is amazing. This is great. I mean, all these things going on behind our backs, and not a lot of people know the type of work that you've been doing in the community. So congratulations, and my hat's off to you, to your organization, Honduras Against AIDS. And so once you establish your reputation as a person who knows how to administer the monies of such a big, responsible commitment such as this, how was Casa Yurume born?
Casa Yurume was born because we needed a place also here in New York. We needed a place because also we also work a lot here with around the community. We work a lot around the community. We have many organizations that we work with. That's why for the past, let's say, like this was the 9th year for the Miss Garifuna, which is training the young girls to know about, to learn about the language, about the culture, the history, and about who is Garifuna, what is Garifuna.
Right.
And so then we needed a space to be there and do whatever needs to be done from a specific place. And also, Casa Yurumen is used by, we have like about 10 groups that they meet there. They meet there on, every week. For the weekends, it's always busy.
Wow.
It's always busy Sunday, Saturday, Friday. It's always busy because the different groups will, let's say, like Soncor from Corozal, which is a group from Corozal, Patronato de Rio Tinto, Patronato de Organización of San Antonio. All of these organizations, they meet there at Casa Yurumen constantly. We have the football league. They also meet there on a weekdays. So it's needed. It's needed. But I would like to see a better place to stay than what we have right now. But I guess that we will get it someday.
Yes, no, definitely having what you have is wonderful. We always hear about Casa Yurumen here in Los Angeles, and I'm sure a lot of people in Belize, in Honduras, in Guatemala, in Nicaragua, they also hear about Casa Yurumen because a lot that's going on happens there at Casa Yurumen. So I'm looking at your website, Mirtha, and casayurumen.com. If you go and visit there, you're going to see that they offer art classes, Garifuna language classes, organizing the Miss Garifuna pageant in New York City every year, and also, like you said, many organizations which are Garifuna come together and they have their meetings there. They have their fundraiser, food sale, HIV and AIDS prevention classes, stress management workshops, mentoring programs, citizenship preparedness program. That means to take classes to be prepared so you could pass your citizenship exam, right?
Yes.
Wow, that is wonderful. This is a lot going on. And how do you pay for such a building, being that New York real estate is so expensive? Do you rent a place? Do you get it from the city pro bono? Or how is that? I mean, if you care to share with us.
No, I'm glad to share because we don't get no bonus from the city. We don't have no support. What we do is to cook and sell food very often. We do fundraising often. We do, and those groups that meet there, they give us a donation.
Okay.
And that's how we get a monthly to pay for $2,000 for rent.
Wow, that is amazing. That is great. Well, congratulations to the Garifuna community. And that's why we hear so many comments, not only coming from other people who are not Garifuna. They say, well, Garifuna people are so organized. And this is one way of showing that indeed Garifuna people are well organized, even though it's not 100% the way you would like it to be. But then things are happening. Things are going. Things are moving.
Yes. Yes, yes, I believe so too.
Excellent.
I believe so.
Now, you have worked closely with several Garifuna organizations and non-Garifuna organizations in New York. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the organizations that are not Garifuna that you collaborate with?
We are part of we are part of the National Alliance of Latin American and Caribbean Community, which is NALACC, where the focus is for immigration reform. And so we were we were part of the funding of the organization. We are member funding funders of the organization.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, this organization is nationwide, right?
It's a nationwide here in U.S. The main office is in Chicago. The president, now, I think she's not in Chicago. But we have organization all over. We have organization in Los Angeles. We have organization in Florida, here in North Carolina, South Carolina. We have organization all over the U.S. And most of the organization are of Mexican immigrants organizations.
Oh, okay.
And we have also organization from El Salvador, Salvadorian, Guatemalan organization, and I believe that we are the only black people within the organization.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we,
yes, go ahead.
So we do work with other communities, and we have been very closely working with NALACC. And because NALACC also has a transnational piece of the work, it's not only here in the U.S., but also we visit some of the Latin American countries, especially right now with the crisis of the children. We have been to Honduras, to Guatemala, as well to El Salvador about, with the issue.
Wow, that is great. Now, I mean, as you were telling us the development of this organization called NALACC, a lot of things were going through my mind, and some of them were like, I remember when we met here in Los Angeles, you came from New York through one of the NALACC's workshops, and we were invited.
Yes,
I think we were the only Garifuna organization in Los Angeles that was taking part of it, and I thank you for that and for extending that invitation, because we received a phone call,
Sure.
and so we made the time last minute, but we made it and we enjoyed it, and we were able to meet you, Mr. Celio Alvarez, and many other people who work closely with you in New York.
Yes. Yes. We went like about, I think we were like about 10 people from the Garifuna community who traveled to Los Angeles at that time.
Wow, yes, indeed. Now, because of the work that you do in the community, I am sure that you have had many accomplishments that you want to share with the community. What are some of the accomplishments that you could tell us about as a whole, right across the board, from all the stuff that you do?
I don't know where to begin, but I could say that.
Oh wow! Be modest. It's a lot of them, I know.
I don't know where to begin, because I don't know if I call it accomplishment or if I call it more problems.
Headaches.
And I was recently elected president of the Central American Black Organization.
Wow! Congratulations!
Yay!
Nice, very nice. Congratulations on that. Yes.
I think I'm the first female, and the organization is gonna in August is gonna have the 20 years of being also created, and we have organizations from we have like 32 organizations all over Central America. We're talking about from Panama, from Costa Rica,
wow,
from Honduras, Guatemala, Belize, Nicaragua. And we have other countries like who have participated in some of our assembly, like from Colombia and who Peru, and they are very interested in joining the because I believe that is the only regional black organization in the region, and probably the only one in America.
Wow. That is amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We have on the line Ms. Mirtha Colón. She is the woman in the leadership behind Casa Yurumen and Honduras Against AIDS Incorporated. She is located at 874 Prospect Avenue in the Bronx, New York, 10459. The number, if you want to call Casa Yurumen, is 718-991-2233. Again, the number to call is 718-213-5439. You could call any of these numbers, or you could reach Mirtha Colón via email at Mir Colon, M-I-R-C, let's do it again, MIRCOLON at AOL.com. So that's the email, and the information is also online. If you go to www.casayurumen.com, you should be able to get all the information you want in case you want to inquire about any of the programs that are going on in Casa Yurumen, like the art classes, the Garifuna language classes on a weekly basis that meets on Saturdays at 1 p.m. The Miss Garifuna pageant in New York City, which takes place right there, the rehearsal and all of the preparations at Casa Yurumen, and of course other programs such as HIV and AIDS prevention, stress management workshops, and many, many more. So do visit the website. It's again www.casayurumen.com. So this is Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. This is radiocentroamerica.com, and in New York, lmbroots.com radio. Ladies and gentlemen, we're live and direct from the studios in Long Beach, and we have on the line Miss Mirtha Colon. How about taking a little break this time, Miss Mirtha Colon, so we could drink some water, clear our throat, and come back with the last part of the interview? How's that?
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Thank you so much. All right.
I'm a man, you do it.
That was a very appropriate song right there. Mabu Salutina Sida. I don't want AIDS. Welcome back, Miss Mirtha Colón. I thought it was appropriate for me to play that song from Cesar Rojas from Labuga, Livingston. What do you think?
That was great. That was great. That was great.
I guess we could help you a little bit, at least with one song, right? To spread the message.
Yes.
Now, let's see. Where do you see Honduras and Central America as far as healthcare, but specifically in the HIV and AIDS epidemic?
I believe that it was this year, sometime probably the beginning of the year, that that the United Nations asked for help, for more help on HIV/AIDS, for more help for Honduras. So that is telling us that the problems continues, and
Yes.
probably because there was a point at which Honduras was saying that they had it under control. However, I really don't know what was the situation, but it seems like the problems continues. So we need the support, especially in the northern coast with our people. We need to continue working with them. It's not only to educate people, because during our work there, I feel like people already know about AIDS. But the problem is those who are already living with AIDS, what to do. The discrimination is not only in Honduras, it's not only towards our community, but it's worse towards our community. But it's discrimination against AIDS. It's a nationwide. It's a worldwide problem.
Right.
So you could imagine our community living with AIDS. So our people, there, I think they're doing a tremendous work. We have a very strong group, especially in Honduras. The one in Guatemala is a very strong group as well, under the leadership of Miss Ingrid Gamboa. But the one in Honduras is is like kind of also strong, and there are a lot of people involved. I think in last year we lost like about 30 people.
Wow.
In 6 months.
Wow.
So the thing was, how why these people are what's happening. That was the question, what's happening. So we also took that concern to the Minister of Health of Honduras, and then we later on, as they investigate, and to the Human Rights Commissioner as well, and later on as we pressure, we were told that there were no medication for people living with AIDS coming to the hospital. So we were also able to help with that in terms of, putting the necessary pressure. And also we, in one of our conferences there in Trujillo, the mayor of Trujillo came and offered to put like a funding aside for emergency, only for people living with AIDS, some kind of funding. So that was another accomplishment also that we had. In helping the people from Trujillo. But they need more work. They need more resources to fight all of the the nonsense that is against AIDS. So we really need to continue supporting them.
Yes, no, definitely magnificent job that you have been doing with the little resources that you have. I think you have accomplished a lot, and there is a lot more work to do. Now, there is a lot of rumors going around, and this is not new. This has always been the talk in the community, that a lot of Garifuna who go back to their communities on vacation during Easter, during holidays, during any reason to visit their communities, that they are the ones who infect the people back home because they are promiscuous, blah, blah, blah. They don't use condoms, protection, whatever. Tell us, is that a myth or is that a fact?
I think that's a myth. I think that's a myth. It's not a fact. And remember that HIV in Honduras is HIV in Central America. Honduras has 75% of HIV in Central America.
Wow.
But it's not HIV in Honduras is not only in our community, but it's the whole country. So we will not call our people promiscuous, meaning then the whole country is promiscuous then. But we are concerned about people because we have less resources to fight it.
Okay. Wow, thank you for that. The education is important because the rumors come and go. Same thing happens in Belize. They say that people who travel to Belize, they go to their communities in Dangriga, in PG, or Sembite, or whatever, and they are the ones who are infecting the girls and the men back home, blah, blah, blah. You know how it is with these rumors with HIV and AIDS. So we need to eliminate a lot of that, and let's concentrate and let's focus on the work, on how to prevent the spread of AIDS and HIV.
Yes, yes.
Now, how can people help you and your organization if they want to help us as volunteers or simply donate, or what's needed?
Oh, we need everything. We need everything. Remember that we work a lot with HIV/AIDS, but it's not. We don't only work with HIV/AIDS. We work with other problems that the community has. We work with youth people, young people. We are looking for mentors right now. Mentors, good model for the kids. We need help in.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call back. Ms. Mirtha Colón. We just got cut off. So in the meantime, we're going to play another HIV and AIDS song by Jess Flores. It's a killer.
Yes, my people. This is Just Flores alongside H Daddy and Edmund Martin. HIV and AIDS is a killer. The human race needs protection. Our government, please pay attention. Our people, please. It doesn't matter if you're young or old. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. It doesn't matter if you're young or old. It doesn't matter.
Okay, we're back. We're back with Mirtha Colón directly from the Bronx, New York, and this is a very important project. HIV and AIDS is a killer. So, Ms. Mirtha Colón, we were left out on the donations. How could people help when the communication cut off?
Yes, I was saying that we will accept any way of supporting us, whether that is financially, and we are tax exempt, and so we could provide a letter of a tax exempt letter, whether that is with their time traveling with us, if they know how to educate about AIDS or any other medical problems, human rights, but whatever the person is able to do. We need everything. Working with youths, whether that come to New York or go to Central America with us to do any presentation, with anything that could people could we've been supporting the new the women and children who arrived lately from Honduras and Central America. So anything, we will take anything that people are able to do.
If it's donations, if it's money, go to the website. How to do it?
If it's money, they could send a check, money order to Hondurans Against AIDS, and address is 324 East 151st Street, Bronx, New York, 10451.
Okay, one more time, so people could actually write it down, please.
Yes, it's Hondurans Against AIDS. Should be the money order or check, personal check or money order, to Hondurans Against AIDS, written to Hondurans Against AIDS, and the address to send it is 324 East 151st, 151 Street, Bronx, New York, 10451.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it for your donations. Don't forget to help. This is an important cause. Also want to say hello to Jerry Castro, who says Miss Mirtha Colón is an iconic figure whose efforts helped pave the way for people like myself. Wow, that is great. You have inspired a lot of young people, Miss Mirtha Colón, with the work that you've been doing in the community.
Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you.
Okay, so when will you retire, and who do you see running this organization when you retire?
We have kind of start training people to take over once we're not able to do it, and I think there are a few of them who already will be able to take over once we're not there. However, I don't know when I'm going to retire.
You're a hardworking woman. Hello. Wow. Wow.
And I may, what the day that I can walk or talk, then I have no choice.
You're a tough cookie. Wow. So what's going to happen to the beautiful house by the beach in Cristales? So you're not going back to retire?
I never thought, like going back home, and I've been like struggling with that, going back, like let's say to Honduras and retire. I think it's more, I don't know. Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I don't know if it's I won't call it challenge what's going on in Honduras right now. But I think living in the state and working in Honduras is better than living in Honduras only.
I see. Well, some people such as Mr. Melesio Gonzalez, who was a social worker here in Los Angeles, retired and he moved back to Honduras. He's living in Trujillo, I believe, and he's doing good. He comes maybe once a year, maybe twice a year, and he goes back, and he's doing a wonderful work in the community with people who drink alcohol and do drugs, and of course working in the church. So I think he's well adapted to his retirement in Honduras.
Yes. Okay, that's good, because I don't think if I'm going to be able to do it, because I have severe problem with the way our government treat our people.
No, that's true. That is true.
That's what I'm saying, that I'm going to have difficulties in terms of just right here, because I'm not there all every time. Like kind of I go and do the work with them and then come back. But if I'm going to be there, seeing their suffering and not being able to talk about it, not being able to do anything about it, only working only with them, and there is someone or other people who are responsible also for them, because they are citizens also of that country. So I have severe problem. I'm going to have severe problem with that.
No, I really applaud your efforts. I think you are right. I second that, and I think you're right on point. I think there is more work to do as far as the rights for Garifuna people in Honduras. There's a lot of violations going on as we speak right now, with the land rights, with education, with history. There is a lot of work to be done to include more of the Garifuna history into the history lessons in the books in the whole country of Honduras. So there is a lot of work to do, Ms. Mirtha Colón. So let's take it back to the beautiful Garifuna beauty pageant that you organize year after year. Your organization is in charge of it, and can you give us an update? It's a very popular event. So who won this year?
This year was won by a young girl from San Juan. Young girl from San Juan. The second one was a young girl from and this one she was born in San Juan because we have mixed other born here, another born in Honduras. We had 2 participation from Guatemala.
Wow, that's amazing.
Last year, the one who won was from Belize. And we had this year 2 participation from Guatemala. But I have such a respect for these young girls because you could see them in the beginning. They don't know Garifuna. They're struggling to learn the language. And at the end, you could see them singing in Garifuna, talking in Garifuna. It's amazing. Wow. And we don't call it the beauty pageant because it's not a beauty pageant. It's not about beauty. It's about how much you learn about your community.
Wow.
And
so it's Miss Garifuna.
Yes. How much you could learn about your community, how much effort you do. And we also, during that time, we try to talk to their parents to also teach them at home because that's why we're losing our culture because we're not teaching our kids who is Garifuna at home. We're not talking about Garifuna, about being Garifuna at home.
Yes, very
okay,
important.
We're not neither the language, neither the culture. Probably the culture, here and then, the food here and then, but it's not something that is constant. I was telling you in the beginning when my mom was called from the school not to speak Garifuna at home. And and many of the parents during that time they established talking to their Garifuna at home to their kids because it was not only me, it was a lot of them. Of course, I continue probably with my learning problem, but my mom said no. I'm sorry, but I have to, and that was the only way for me to up to date. To be able to speak Garifuna.
Yes, no, indeed. Congratulations. Well, I want to say congratulations to the young, beautiful women who participated in this year's Miss Garifuna 2015. And a big applause to the winner from San Juan, Durugubuti Bebe, right?
Yes.
Okay, congratulations again.
Durugubut.
There you go. Okay, so congratulations. And any final thoughts, Ms. Mirtha Colon? You were recently elected, you said, as president of the Central Black Organization. And any final thoughts before we let you go?
Yes, only that we are struggling to, again, working with the Central American Black Organization. And we hope that by the end of this year, by the beginning of next year, we already, we may have, a step bringing the organization again to where it needs to be. Making sure that most of the organization in the different countries, they doing what they need to do for their country, for their community in each one of their countries. So we're trying our best to bring the, because we have also had a lot of problems within the organization, but the important thing is that we are trying our best to making sure that the organization is there and that will continue the struggle for the African descent of Central America.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ms. Mirtha Colon. Congratulations on all of your efforts to make Garifuna a better place in the Bronx and for allowing other organizations to congregate and do the things they do to maintain the culture alive. We love you. We thank you for giving us the opportunity to talk to you, to know more about you. We are going to record this interview and we're going to put it up on our GAHFU link. It's under the GAHFU channel link, and we'll make it available for those people who missed the interview tonight so they could listen to it on demand anytime, anywhere in the world. Thank you so much, and Buitigunyo and Bungyu Buma.
Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Ronnie. Buitigunyo ge namule. Bungyu ge Buma.
Sereme.
Ge hamasumo.
Ayo.
Ayo.
motea. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget the Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga will present next week the Honorable Arnhem Eustace from the New Democratic Party. He will be making a proclamation to all Garifuna brothers and sisters who live in the diaspora to make the Garifuna honorary citizens of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The Honorable Eustace is the leader of the new opposition in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the president of the New Democratic Party. An economist by trade, he has a wide experience in supporting economic development as director of projects at the Caribbean Development Bank, where he worked for 16 years before entering active politics. Eustace is a former Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and he is committed to improving the quality of the lives of Vincentians. Listen to him and his address next week, Wednesday, June 10th. And the Garifuna community worldwide is being asked to please tune in next week as he makes the proclamation. If he wins the elections in March 2016, you will be made honorary citizens of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So tune in next Wednesday, June 10th, 2015, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on lnbroots.com and radiocentroamerica.com. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and the Ronnie Figueroa. ¿Qué motea?
Yeah, my
de proseguir con esto, por favor, quiero que todas las mujeres lindas y mujeres sexys que se encuentran en la pista hagan una bulla. ¡Eso! ¡Chica! ¿Sí qué? Ahora, se me van preparando. Cuando yo les diga a todos ustedes que se me echen para atrás, toditas y todos se van para atrás.
Welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We are live from the studios in Long Beach through radiocentroamerica.com and lmbroots.com radio in New York. Every Wednesday from 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We bring to you the best of recording artists, musicians, producers, and musical directors behind Garifuna Music. So welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga and enjoy my show tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, next week, don't forget Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga will have the Honorable Arhem Eustace from the New Democratic Party in St. Vincent. He will be making a proclamation to all Garifuna brothers and sisters who live in the diaspora. If he wins the elections in 2016 in the month of March, he will make the Garinagu honorary citizens of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So don't miss the interview, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time next week, right here on Radio Centro America and lmbroots.com radio. ¿Qué, Motia?
Mami,
Friday night, sweeping got the wicked. Hey, Saturday night, they say we got the remedy. Sunday morning, we got the money. Monday morning, we'll pay some bills. Alvin paid, sweet pay, under the rain, with the pay, don't delay, with the pay, like Alvin pay, hey, hey, under the rain, like Alvin pay, sweet pay, under the rain, with the pay, don't delay, with the pay, like Alvin pay, hey, hey, under the rain, like Alvin pay. We got the pay, that's right. Them say we don't know about sweet pay, baby. Hey, them say we don't know about. Yeah, go feel pain, you been the right of Berlin. Go feel pain, you been the right of Berlin. Under the rain, hey, under the rain, hey, under the rain, yeah, under the rain, under the rain. We got the pay, we got the pay. Let's go. Wicked, big up to late great Alvin Payne. We look forward to Natal. Sweet pain of Ferguson, Alvin Payne, sweet pain, baby. Listen, we make the hits. We are number one. We don't play no game. We the sweet pain. You know why? Sweet pain. Under the rain, with the pain, don't delay, with the pain, like Alvin Payne. Hey, hey, under the rain, like Alvin Payne. Sweet pain. Under the rain, with the pain, don't delay, with the pain, like Alvin Payne. Hey, hey, under the rain, like Alvin Payne. We don't want it wet. Hey, we want it dry, 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 dry. We don't want it wet. We want it dry, 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 dry. We don't want it wet. Hey, we want it dry, 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 dry. We don't want it wet. Alvin Payne, can't go feel pain, go feel pain. You been the right of Berlin. Go feel pain, you been the right of Berlin. Under the rain, hey, under the rain, hey, under the rain, yeah, under the rain, under the rain. We got the pay, we got the pay. Let's go. We got the pay. That's right. Them say we don't know about sweet pay, baby. Hey, them say we don't know about. Yeah, go feel pain, you been the right of Berlin. Go feel pain, you been the right of Berlin. Under the rain, hey, under the rain, hey, under the rain, yeah, under the rain, under the rain. We got the pay, we got the pay. Let's go.
It's
believe. Boy, boy, watch yourself. Gal, gal, mind yourself. Boy, boy, watch yourself. Boy, boy, watch yourself. Gal, gal, mind yourself. Boy, boy, watch yourself.
GAHFU presentó Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. Es un programa semanal de 7 de la noche a 9 de la noche todos los miércoles a través de www.radiocentroamerica.com en Los Ángeles y www.lmbroots.com radio en Nueva York. Tune in next Wednesday again for Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We're live and direct through www.radiocentroamerica.com and lmbroots.com radio in New York. Wednesdays from 7 to 9 p.m.
Gadan, PG, right back to Ladyville, Joe Hattieville, and I mean the jailhouse, Raina Georgeville, Unitedville, Roaring Creek, the Raina Hope Creek, Mongo Creek, the Raina Libertad, oh yes, Cookie Tree, where they go? Back on new side, straight to Penco, the Raina Hopkins, what about St. By, City River, A Georgetown, Pon the beach side, Pon the river side.
Abaurito bunda tunao aduga buge maduga giriti buya oh baba oh nada oh baba oh okay oh baba oh nada oh baba Batia bungiuli abilirano aye arigatina diarabo aleza kwanungwa alege bala yabini bunuru tumage batia bungiuli abilirano aye abaurito kutanao aniligia uwa anu bado Mabere talo agule kerengu wao aduga buge madugu kiriti buya abawito kugundanu nao aningili ya owa anu bado mabere talo agule kerengu wao aduga buge madugu kiriti buya unsu watu wenye kadina lule kiko kumbo awana yatia